Hello, Jerry Cunningham again. This is week 3 homework help, looking at problem number 11, exercise 11. Okay, the problem reads like this. Solve, show your steps and work. Twice a number is decreased by 7. This result is decreased by 4 times the number, and the result is negative the original number minus 6. Okay, first of all, what are we looking for? I would say we're looking for a number. One number, it sounds like. So let's just start with that. And even though I'm not crazy about it, let's let x be equal to a number. This is number 11 we're working on. Okay? So let x equal a number. All right, let's read it again. We got to go slowly and look at each of the sentences actually, and try to understand what it's saying. The first sentence says twice a number is decreased by 7. So twice a number is 2 times that number. So 2 times the number, and we said the number was x. Twice a number is decreased by 7, minus 7. Decreased by 7. 2 times the number, twice the number is decreased by 7. Okay, now it says this result is decreased by 4 times the number. So this result, I'm just putting parentheses to help make it clear to me that that's the first sentence. Now we're going on to the second sentence, which says this result, so the result of this, of that first sentence, twice the number decreased by 7, the result is decreased by 4 times the number, minus 4 times the number. Okay? And again, if you wanted to, you could say that is a sentence as well, so let's just put parentheses around that. Actually, it includes this decreased, the minus sign. Then it says the result is negative the original number minus 6. So the result, remember when we translate result, we translate that into equals. And this equals negative number, negative the original number, minus 6. And unfortunately that doesn't go right onto the camera, and I don't want to move the camera because I messed that up. So there we go. So there's our equation based on reading it. So let me read the sentence again and you see if this makes sense to you now. Twice a number is decreased by 7. This result is decreased by 4 times the number. The result is negative the original number minus 6. Okay? So that's what we have. And in order to solve problems like this, we only have one variable, that's x. But x appears on both sides of the equal sign. What I like to do is collect like terms on each side. So we'll bring the variables to one side and the constants over to the other side. So let's see, we've got 2x minus 7 minus 4x. So if we just take those out of the parentheses, we have 2x minus 7 minus 4x. Okay? Equals minus x minus 6. So we can combine these two. We've got a negative 4x, positive 2x, that makes a negative 2x. Let's not forget about our 7, so we have to remember to bring that 7 down, and remember that it's negative. Equals negative x minus 6. Okay, now we need to try to get this x over to this side. So we can, when we're looking at equations, we can add, we can multiply. As long as we add to both sides exactly the same thing, then we can basically add anything. So what we want to do is add an x here, and that will cancel that out, and we'll add an x here. Okay? because x is equal to x, we can go ahead and do that. We'll just add it to both sides of the equation. So if we add an x to this side of the equation, what we get is minus x, because we have two negative x's and we have one positive x. That makes one. If I do that, maybe it'll make it easier more clearly. It's as if there's a 1 in front of there. If we don't write anything in front of the variable, that's what it implies, that there's a 1 there. So now we have negative 1x minus 7. Don't forget to bring your 7 down again. And if we add x to this side, basically these two cancel each other out. We have a negative 1x and a positive x. You add those together, you get 0x, which means nothing here would be written down, no x's at all. So you just have negative 6. And now we want to do the same thing. We've collected all the variables to one side. Now we want to move the constant over to the other side. So in order to do that, we're going to add the positive 7 here and a positive 7 here. And you'll see that these two cancel each other out. So we now have just negative 1x, if you will, or negative x, equal to, looks like that's going to be a positive 1, right? So we've got a positive 7, add that to a negative 6, and we get a positive 1. And then to complete this, what we have to do is we're finding the value of x, not the value of negative x. So we actually have to move the negative 1 over to the other side. And so by doing that, we'll just move the negative over basically, and this becomes x equals a negative 1. Hope that helps.